You should just lean heavy into I'm a gold digging wag who cradle robbed Ian Garry and got pregnant on purpose to trap him into a marriage he never would have wanted. And now I'm coming for you, Colby Covington. All right, let's dive into this thing. I got 3 stories for you guys. We're going to go through Aljamain Sterling's fake or super real prank gone wrong where he almost killed a guy. He ripped the goggles off his face. He was so angry. Yeah, it's super believable, you guys. You guys are definitely going to think it's real. And then we're going to go through the Colby Covington and Layla Lee beef, because Layla Lee, she's like, you know what? I'm going to take it upon myself to trash talk Colby Covington. And it's like, you should have done this better. You have the opportunity to you could be a voice in this industry, but you have to do something specific, which I probably alluded to in what I'm going to put in my coming up, because you got to lean in, dude. Lean in, okay? You're not going to appease the trolls, so lean into it. Make it a joke in your mind. Who cares? Anyway, that. And then I want to talk about Jake Paul, because Bisping did a video about Jake Paul, and he had one detail incorrect. I love Bisping, dude, obviously, but he did have one detail incorrect, and it changed the conversation just a little bit. But nonetheless, also Jake Paul talked about Tony Ferguson in a way where I'm kind of like, you can't have that both ways, dude. So those are the 3 stories. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, tell your friends, like the video, and let's get into it. You should just lean heavy into I'm a gold digging wag who cradle robbed Ian Garry and got pregnant on purpose to trap him into a marriage he never would have wanted. And now I'm coming for you, Colby Covington. You think you could skirt Ian Garry? I'll come get you just like I got Ian. That would go viral. That would be funny. Lean in. Lean in. I'm sure you're one of those ladies that's probably read that fucking book that whatever her name is from Facebook wrote. Lean in. You know, just lean into it. Yeah, I am 40. I did rob the cradle. You want to know how? I did it with this magic vajayjay. He had one taste. He could never turn it down ever again. I'm just kidding, Ian. I probably shouldn't talk about your ladies vajayjay. It's a joke, okay? That's just a term I've heard girls say before. It's just like, it's because my vajayjay's magic. I'm like, don't try to get me to ask or think about your vagina, okay? I have one of those, and it's better than yours. Probably. Maybe I should see it. Let's just check. I'm just kidding. But yeah, lean in, dude. Just lean in. This is too nice. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. And also, Colby's not going to respond to this. Colby doesn't respond to nice. Anyway, so let's move right along to the next part of this story, which is Aljamain Sterling and his very believable prank. All right, let's see what this little skit looks like for you guys. See if you guys think this looks legit.
A social media influencer named I'm Red TV attempted to prank Aljamain Sterling. He posted this to Instagram. He wrote Apple Vision Pros prank on UFC champ Aljamain Sterling. He was too mad. He broke my 4K Apple Vision Pros. Aljo left a comment with laughing crying emojis. He wrote bruh. Now a lot of people are saying this looks staged. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments.
Excuse me, sweetheart. What they having for lunch today? You, I said, baby girl, what they having for lunch?
Stop playing with me, man.
No, you're not a woman?
Bro, you joking?
No, I thought you was built like a woman. Right here it says you 100% female.
This is horrendous, and I'll tell you why.
No, you f***ing me right now?
Wait, you got a BBL? Is that a BBL?
What you...
Well, no.
Right now, bro.
Oh, you male? No, I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. No. It's a prank. It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. Camera's right there. Bro, just chill out, bro.
Okay.
This is the worst. Well, worst. I mean, whatever. Not about worst. Like, worst executed fake prank of all time, and I'm going to show you why. Okay. This is obviously, dude. Aljamain actually, he acts pretty good. Like, it's not like Aljamain did anything wrong. It's like, first of all, the idea makes no sense, right? Like, that makes no sense. But most of the problems come from how this dude is reacting. Like, okay, so like, what, you're just gonna start grabbing the girl? Like, oh, because you thought it was a girl, so you just start grabbing him? You know what I mean? Like, look at this.
In pros prank on UFC staged. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments.
Oh yeah, hey baby, you got a BBL here? Let me just grab you. Like just.
Excuse me, sweetheart. What they having for lunch today? You, I said, baby girl, what they having for lunch?
Stop playing with me, man.
No, you're not a woman?
Yeah. Just grab him. Or like, girl, just grab her. Random girl, just grab her.
You joking?
No, I thought you was built like a woman.
Yeah, grab her
Like
again.
it says you 100% female.
Now I know you
Oh, also, small detail. The dude is in a full UFC Venom sweatsuit. Does that say, random person or maybe likely a person who knows Aljamain Sterling?
Wait, you got a BBL?
It literally is. It's not just a Venom check. It's a UFC branded one.
Is that a BBL?
What you?
Well, no.
Right now, bro.
Oh, you male? No, I didn't know, bro. I didn't.
Oh, you male, dude. Otherwise, I wouldn't have assaulted you with my hands and my lips. That's
No,
so
bro.
weird, dude.
No. It's a prank. 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 It's a prank, bro. It's a prank. Camera's right there. Bro, just chill out, bro.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro. You broke my Oh,
I was cutting weight.
That's not a break. That is just the padding thing that goes against the face. It's not broken. But, or at the very least, it's easily fixable. But, yeah, that was embarrassing. Listen, dude, if you're going to do that, listen, I like these. I like PR stunts. But if you're going to do these, you can't be wearing a UFC branded Venom thing and then pretend like you don't know Aljo. Also, why would Aljo would just go straight to attack mode? By the way, I'm watching Umar just envelop this guy that he's fighting right now. The other guy's impressive, scrambling too, though. Anyway, but you're telling me that Aljo doesn't say, don't touch me, nothing like that. He just literally goes from, hey, no, I'm actually a man to he's attacking you. Feel like there are a few steps between, what starts here and Aljamain Sterling violently attacking the guy and ripping the goggles off his face. Feel like we're missing a couple steps there. So, I don't know. It doesn't. What do you guys think? You think that was real? So we're gonna watch this clip. Apparently, Layla and Ali has gone at Colby Covington, and I'm gonna watch that, comment on it, and then I'm gonna watch this thing of a supposed fake prank. Okay, in full disclosure, I have not seen this one with Layla and Ali, but I did watch the Aljamain Sterling fake prank, or prank gone wrong. And I mean, I don't want to be the guy who's playing spoiler on all of these PR stunts, but I'm going to say pretty certainly that was not a prank gone wrong, that was a skit put together by Aljo and this dude to pretend like it's a skit gone wrong. But we'll watch it together and I'll critique it. You know what I mean? But let's start with the Ian Garry, Colby Covington, Layla and Ali thing. And by the way, if you don't mind subscribing to the channel, that would be amazing. I'm literally watching the fights live while I record this. So if I yell something in the middle of it and I forget to edit it, that's why, because we are watching Rosenstreich versus Gazi. By the way, what a fight card so far, man. Anders and Jamie Pickett, that fight just ended. And so now we're about to go to the main card. I mean, wow, how many, that fight was bananas. The last one with the decision. And we had 4 out of 6 were knockouts. This is ridiculous, dude. It's a great card so far. Anyway, so let's watch this. I think I already said subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate you guys doing that. And by the way, I just said this on the comments on my other video. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate the fact that people click on videos and immediately like them before they even watch. There's no way that you could tell me more that you support the channel than by just immediately liking every video. I really appreciate that. I really genuinely do. I joke around on the channel. And so I feel like every once in a while I should just be serious and tell you guys that really matters. And I appreciate it. All right, let's watch this thing. All right, let's go. Let's see if Layla, Annalie, and Ian are taking advantage of their notorious nature.
After Ian Garry's split decision victory over Jeff Neal at UFC 298, he issued a challenge to former interim welterweight champion Colby Covington. Garry confidently expressed his intention to defeat Covington and retire him. In response, Gary's wife, Layla took to social media to reinforce her husband's plan and called out Covington. On Instagram, Layla posted a message directed at Colby Covington, "Call me clickbait. I see it works. You got the attention, Colby, but now you're getting the punishment too. Sign the contract, I'm excited to watch this one. The mixed martial arts world is mental. Not the most creative, still leaning on elementary lines, but they try to entertain. God bless Colby." The message indicates her support for her husband's call-out and suggests that Garry is ready and eager to face Covington in the octagon. The potential matchup has sparked interest and discussions among MMA fans, and if both fighters agree to the bout, it could lead to an intriguing clash in the welterweight division.
All right. Well, that's kind of boring, Layla Anna Lee. Let's go to Instagram and see if we can find, let's see if, maybe she did something at least a little bit more interesting than that, because boring. I see it works. Okay, hang on. Sorry, let me resize this. Let me resize so you guys can see what I'm seeing, because it's a little bit not visible to you guys. All right. I see it works. You got the attention, Colby, but now you're getting the punishment too. Sign the contract. I'm excited to watch this one. The MMA world is mental, not the most creative, still learning or still leaning on elementary lines, but they try to entertain. God bless Colby. Listen, come on, Layla Anna Lee. Come on. You're almost there, dude. You are almost there to understanding this game. You have to play the heel now, okay? You're a smart girl, so you're smart enough to know that, there's no, big reversal with the public. It's not, a thing that happens. It has, literally, what people think of you on the internet has nothing to do with your real life at all, unless you can't handle a couple people yelling at you after press conferences and shit. Who cares about that? You are a heel. You, personally, Layla Anna Lee, you're a heel. You can like it or love it or hate it or whatever, but you're playing the heel role. You don't be nice. This is nice. This is like being nice. No. We're all playing characters in you guys are all playing characters in the combat sports world. Colby's thing is a shtick. It is not real. Everybody knows that. And like you said, clickbait, it's good. All right, so Jake Paul obviously fought this weekend, knocked the dude out in the first round. The guy was an Uber driver who essentially was not training as far as I understand it. And I made a post the day before the fight, and I was like, you guys, I just watched the highlights of this dude from when he was training and fighting all the time. There is no scenario where Jake Paul loses this fight. He's going to knock him out in the first round. I guarantee it. I just bet on him to win in the first or second round, and obviously he won in the first round. There was no way he was losing this fight. None. This is a handpicked opponent that had no chance in the fight. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with him fighting tomato cans because he's trying to do the boxing thing. Now, he talked about Tony Ferguson, though, in this article, and I want to speak about that a little bit because he shot it down in a way that I think is kind of like, well, I mean, which way do you want it, dude? Do you need super game opponents, or are you worried about Tony Ferguson because he's not quite game enough? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you just want an Uber driver, right? So it's like, oh, man, come on, man, I'm not going to fight Tony Ferguson. It's like, Tony Ferguson's a lot more game than the dude you just fought. That's for goddamn sure. But also, Michael Bisping talked about this today, and I watched his video, and, dude, I love Bisping, dude. Bisping is my dude. I love that guy. He did have one detail incorrect in his video, though, that kind of was a staging point for the entire point he was making, and I was like, oh, man, I didn't even want to say it in the video. I didn't want to say it in the comments, just because maybe the people who watched it would not know, I'm like, so I'll just do a video about it. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I need to say something about it, though, just because the point he was making is true, but also kind of like a little bit off base on one particular point, the main one, I think. So we'll talk about that. But anyway, so let's just jump right into it. Now, let's just start right there. So the thing that Bisping kept saying that I like every time he said it, I was like, oh gosh, man, should I text him? But, I'll just do it this way, is it wasn't a pay-per-view. So Bisping's point was they pulled this guy off the street. He was an Uber driver, and he's like, look, dude, if you're going to charge people $59.99 for a fight, you better have somebody that's going to be a fight. You don't just pull somebody off the street and just go beat him up for, you just bully some guy, knock him out in the first round, and then be like, yeah, hope you got your money's worth. Okay, so you could certainly say that about the people who paid to attend the event, for sure. But this was not a pay-per-view. This was on DAZN for free. So that just, it's just like, it is different. You know what I mean? Like, he's not trying to charge pay-per-view for it. He put it on DAZN. If you subscribe to DAZN, it's, I don't know how much it is, but it's like, if you subscribe to DAZN, you get everything that's on DAZN. It's the same as like it being on ESPN Plus. So it is kind of funny that he would not know that, just because I don't know how many people knew that, because that's how little interest there was in this fight, is that people didn't even know like if it's a pay-per-view or not a pay-per-view, because no one was going to buy it if it was a pay-per-view. So why know whether it's free or not free? You know what I mean? But it does kind of change it in terms of like, you're ripping people off. It's like, well, it wasn't a pay-per-view. So, but nonetheless, everything else he said is totally accurate. And obviously like Bisping and these guys have a completely kind of different viewpoint on this whole thing. I've said this a million times. Like, I understand why fighters take this shit personally with Jake Paul. Like, I completely get it, dude. I understand why anybody who has fought at a high level looks at Jake Paul and they can't help themselves but be like, fuck this kid, dude. Because to them, he looks like an intruder. You know what I mean? Like, he looks like he's like taken like TikTok fame. I mean, obviously Jake Paul's way bigger than TikTok now. Like, he's one of the most famous people in the world, but he's taken just celebrity status and then turned that into a fight career, which is true. But I mean, like, a prize fighting career, because someone at his level would have never been able to make it where, like, the way that they had to do it. So I totally get it. Like, I really do. He's like, he starts off fighting, NBA guy. Then he's moving to like, guys who have kind of aged out. I still think that criticism is tough for me though, because you're like, okay, yeah, but he was like at Nickelodeon when he was like 19 years old. You know what I mean? Like, Bisping is like a world champion kickboxer, around then. It's like very close to like being the undisputed European MMA champion, like within a couple of years. And Jake Paul had absolutely no experience. To me, I just look at that as like, here's the example that I always use is like, and listen, by the way, Bisping didn't even say that he has an issue with this. So I'm only using him as an example because he's fresh on the mind. So he actually didn't say that he has an issue with that. I know a lot of fighters do. Bisping's problem, again, was with charging a bunch of money for a fight with a nobody who has no chance of winning. And again, his point completely applies to the people who paid for tickets to that event. Not to mention the main event got canceled the day before because the chick got chemicals in her eyes getting her hair done. That's why. That's how the main event got canceled, dude. It's so ridiculous. But anyway, my point is that, like, I don't know. The example I always give is if you would have said, all right, so when Jake Paul fights that first, like just the very first fight that he had, if someone was like, hey, in 3 years, this dude is going to starch Tyron Woodley in a boxing match, literally, that's impossible. Like, people would have just been like, no, that's not possible, dude. Tyron Woodley is the world champion, and he has a striking heavy approach. I mean, he's a wrestler, but he puts people in the dirt, son. There is absolutely no scenario where Jake Paul could do that. That is impossible. And that's everyone who knows anything about combat sports would have said that. I mean, obviously, including me and including anyone else. But he did it. He did it. It wasn't luck, wasn't staged. He starched him. He set him up and starched him. So, I don't know, man. Like, and then he beat Anderson Silva. No one had him beating Anderson Silva. Like, what he's accomplished is not nothing. So, I have a lot of respect for the work that he puts in to get to this point. All right, so here's the thing that he said about Tony Ferguson, though. All right, so he says, where is this dude? He said, where'd it go when they asked him about Tony Ferguson? Because he said he wants to compete in PFL. I mean, Tony Ferguson's under contract, but anyway, he says, anyone who can get out of their contract, I'll fight. That's easy work as far as I'm concerned, but I want to do a PFL MMA match. It just has to be the right opponent. But Nate Diaz did duck my $15 million offer, so we'll see who else is on the chopping block. That's crazy that Nate turned that down. That's a lot of dough, dude. 15 mil is a lot of money, dude. Anyway, so one name that was offered up to Paul was that of struggling lightweight veteran Tony Ferguson, El Kukui. Currently on a 7-fight losing streak, recently on the Jackson podcast, said would love to fight Paul. Given the 40-year-old's poor run of form recently, Paul is passing on that offer. He said, Tony Ferguson, he said he wanted to fight. Jake Paul said, I don't want to see him go out like that. That would be sad. He's a great guy. We don't want that for Tony. Okay, so I understand, I understand, but you can't have it both ways, dude. You can't pay an Uber driver $2 million, supposedly pay an Uber driver $2 million. I don't believe that. There's no way. How could you possibly make that make sense for that event? Because that's also like what everybody was saying. That's what Bisping said in the video, and obviously he got that from somewhere. So the public reports must be that this guy got paid $2 million. There's no way that's true. There is absolutely no way that's true. Boxing numbers are inflated and they're lied about all the time. I genuinely do not believe that at all. How could they possibly justify paying that dude $2 million? Where are they going to get that money from? Like, where is that money going to be generated? It's not a pay-per-view, right? It's on his own, so there's no pay-per-views. And the live event, give me a break, dude. You're gonna give $2 million to Jake Paul's like fucking punching bag that he brought in there? Yeah, right, dude. No chance. But let's say hypothetically that was true, right? Because what's Jake Paul making? You're gonna pay that guy too. You got to pay Jake at least like $7 million for the main event, and you're not even doing pay-per-view. How does that make any sense, dude? That makes no sense. But anywho, so let's say that it was true though. If you're going to pay that dude, Ryan Borland, $2 million, how about you get Tony Ferguson that $2 million, make it, I don't know, make him agree that, cause that's my whole thing. I would like to see Tony Ferguson go out with a big payday, cause he's probably going to take more head trauma anyway. So it'd be nice to see him get some money, but, I just dropped my something. Anyway, I don't know, man. That's my take on that. Give Tony that money, dude. That's it. Love you guys. Bye.